There is some new information about a law enforcement presence at two separate areas miles apart. A shelter in place that impacted people living in the Black Forest area is over, and crime scene tape up at a construction site in a neighborhood south of there is down right now. The sheriff's office says both of these scenes are connected. A spokesperson for ICE says during a targeted operation in the Springs, two undocumented immigrants tried to ram their vehicle into officers at one of these two spots. An agent fired 3 shots, and the suspects drove off and ditched the car. Let's turn to 11 News anchor Blake Salmon, who's live near Vollmer and Poco roads. Blake, it's still unclear exactly what happened and which of these two locations all of this started at.
Adam, federal officials being very tight-lipped about what happened today, even still tonight. I reached out to ICE multiple times to see if we can get some more details about everything. Again, still very few answers. The search for answers continues tonight after 2 massive law enforcement responses in Colorado Springs involving sheriff's deputies and agents from ICE and the Department of Homeland Security. We first let you know about a shelter in place for the 9900 block of Burgess Road near Black Forest just before 1 p.m. Shortly after, we learned about another scene at Vollmer and Poco Road just 3 miles away. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office confirmed both those scenes are connected. The only information we have about what happened comes from ICE. A spokesperson says agents were doing a targeted operation when 2 suspects tried to ram them with a car. They say an agent fired 3 shots while the suspects fled, eventually getting out of the vehicle and running. While the shelter in place was lifted just before 6 p.m., authorities have not said whether those suspects have been caught. 11 News spoke with someone who says they had family members taken into custody.
A couple of them ran and a couple were here detained. My uncle's detained right now. They said that they were just working, that they didn't do anything. They were just here to work. They weren't involved in nothing.
When we reached out to ICE to see how many people were detained, they told us they weren't releasing any information. Now, as for those suspects that prompted that shelter-in-place order, still no word tonight on if they've been arrested. I reached out to both ICE and the El Paso County Sheriff's Office for any updates. I'll let you know as soon as I hear back. Live in El Paso County, I'm Blake Salmon, 11 News.
And we'll update folks through the 11 Alert News app and also at kktv.com when anything develops. Blake, thank you.